All right. So Life of Hanzo impressing as they have in previous tournaments. Prime no slouches though. These payload maps have seemed somewhat one-sided. I have a sneaking suspicion that they've got something up their sleeve going into the next map, whatever that might be. I'm just gonna place my faith in them.
All right, it says Hollywood next. We'll be entering game 4. Life of Hanzo is up 2-1, and again, they're playing for the opportunity essentially to get into this $3,000 tournament, the One Nation of Gamers Invitational. This qualifier match is just a single best of 5 today, so this will be, our only presentation for you guys today. But April 9th, we come back with the real deal. Mark your calendars.
That's right. April 9th and 10th, the double elimination bracket, 8 teams, 4 NA, 4 NA, EU. We've handpicked the best teams from both regions, and that includes on the EU side. That's going to include IDDQD, currently undefeated. They have not lost a single set in like 2 months. They're like, or ever since they formed this exact lineup.
Yep.
I think they're like 40 matches to 0, something
it's
ridiculous
more than that
like
now
that.
because they just won the Go2 Gamers EU Weekly today without dropping a game, without dropping a map.
Wow.
So they 3-0'd Reunited in the finals, and I believe that puts them up to something like 48-0 in competitive matches.
And guys, if you're a fan of competitive Overwatch, this is going to get you so hype. I'm just going to read you off the list of teams. All right, and in Europe, we've got IDDQD, Reunited.gg, hashtag Flat Earth, and then probably Melty. We were going to have them play against G2 to figure out if it was going to be G2 or Melty in the 4th spot, but G2 has disbanded. We heard that news, I believe, yesterday. So we might throw in another qualifier. I know Ventus Pro is looking pretty good. I know Quake Fortress is looking pretty good, but it'll either be Melty or one of those two teams. And then on the North American side, we've got Envious, we've got Cloud9, and actually I need to go back and edit my post because we don't have Mix-Up. We have Mix-Up's new sponsor, Luminosity Gaming. So the big 3 in North America are all in attendance, and of course the qualifier that you're watching right now will qualify the final team. So either Prime or Life of Hanzo will be facing off against this incredibly stacked lineup. It's going to be double elimination, and our goal is to have every single match casted. So we want to get at least 1 or 2 English side streams and several other foreign language streams and cast every single game for you guys, so you can watch every team play without any breaks in the middle. So sit tight as we're getting into the next game. It's going to be Hollywood. Currently, with an advantage is Life of Hanzo. We'll see if Prime can fight back and even up the score 2-2 here on Hollywood.
Hollywood is similar to King's Row. It's got 1 capture point to start us off that they have to basically take this stationary defined area first, and then a payload will be pushed for the remainder of the map. Then there will be 1 checkpoint along the way, and they will eventually end up at the end of the map at the VIP's trailer. So this escort mission, essentially, you're moving a director from his parking lot all the way to his VIP trailer. And I don't know why the enemy team is so bent on stopping him. They could just blow up the car, if I'm not mistaken. You can see all these movie posters around the attacker spawn actually are directed by Halfred Glitchbot. That is the VIP in the limo that will actually talk to the players. He actually yells out of the payload, which I think is a pretty interesting feature. None of the other payloads talk to you.
So taking a look at the defensive lineup, we're running with Reinhardt, Zenyatta, Soldier 76, Reaper McCree, and Mercy, and we'll see what we end up with on attack. And I see some folks asking about the brackets for the April 9th and 10th tournament. They have not been formed yet. There's a lot of roster changes going on constantly. These teams really jockeying for position, changing kind of who's the top in each region constantly, other than IDDQD. So we're going to wait until like a week or 2 before the event to seed it and publish those brackets for you. Do look out for them, though. They'll be coming soon. And here we go on attack. It is starting out with a Widowmaker for Life of Hanzo. So Dummy continuing his streak of playing snipers first. I'm going to actually watch from Dummy's point of view to start things off and see if he can get an early headshot, open things up for his team. And this is pretty standard posture on defense. They're not going to poke out. They know that there might be a sniper. They're just going to play comfortably around the corners and the arches.
Yeah, Dummy unable to get any shots just yet. Papa Smurf alerted to his position and holding that Reinhardt shield up to protect everybody. There is actually not a sniper on defense, no Hanzo or Widow or Symmetra. Symmetra is another really common one here on Hollywood. The teleporter can be placed in a variety of spots that are all pretty easy to defend. So I'm actually very surprised not to see a Symmetra here. They are sticking with a more beefy HP comp for their damage dealers, I'll say. Soldier, Reaper, McCree, all very good, and very good hit scan characters at that to deal with id and to hang in the skies.
Meb is the first to go down, so defense is down 1 player. Make it down 2, make it down 3. Papa Smurf, the last person standing on the point.
Heroes never die.
And Dehang is adding insult to injury, reviving AZK. In fact, I'm not really sure that revive was necessary, but hey, he's just going to build it again in like 30 seconds because Dehang has been building those ultimates at a stupid rate so far.
That was a very quick cap, a minute 23 or so. B-Dropped has now swapped onto Widowmaker to try and deal with Dummy. I'm not sure how successful Dummy actually was in that attack. Obviously they took the point, but I don't really know what the individual contribution was here. I just see, you know, Reinhardt doing a great job keeping his shield up, pushing this payload very swiftly here through this kind of Wild West scenery, and Papa Smurf, Blam, Disaster, and B-Dropped all on the rooftops here, but they were not able to set up in time to actually stop this payload from just chugging along. And now we've got a bit of a rooftop battle. Blam and Disaster shooting down at all the Life of Hanzo members on the ground there, but Durs is just free pushing. No one's really focusing on the payload, and that is the objective.
Yeah, no one's focusing on the payload, but it does look like Prime has been able to get enough kills here and there that Life of Hanzo needs to regroup, push on back. Again, neither team running a Genji. Very interesting. Both teams running with Pharah, and I do like having Pharah on this objective. You know, if you look at the lineup of the defending team here, they have just characters that can get verticality. You know, they're even taking the elevator up slowly, but a lot of these characters have the ability to get up high, and I definitely like that here on this objective. It's a very vertical objective. Staying on the roofs gives you a big advantage in a lot of cases.
Yeah, it's great that they actually, both teams usually switch right after point A here. They can just, the attacking team can just dive into their new spawn, switch it up, and the attacking team, if they get, or sorry, the defending team, if they get wiped out, also have an opportunity to switch very quickly. And you're right, they are totally making use of these 2-story buildings on either side. Looks like we got a huge monkey battle happening right here. Mass gorillas, 3 Winstons actually in play right now. Blam and id actually getting taken out before he can even get any damage in, and the payload's slipping backwards here while all the Winstons are trying to take out the defenders on the rooftops. The payload itself is sliding ever backwards. Durs is now being 2v1'd here by Papa Smurf, and Blam, he's not going to last long. He goes down, and the payload again not making any progress.
Uh-oh. This is kind of unfortunate. I mean, Mesrar and Dehang are so exposed right now. I mean, they have 4 people, but not their entire team of 6. All right, now they're gonna have 5 in a second here. I'm a little surprised with how aggressive Life of Hanzo are, but I guess they felt comfortable enough. They got a couple kills when they were even down against Prime. They had less players in the action, but it's gonna be ultimates dropped on every side. We have Winston taking place for both teams, and Papa Smurf sticking to Winston. Dehang flying up above, able to get revives, keep his team moving forward, and it's 6 versus 2 at this point. And this payload's gonna make it to the next control point, or why does my brain keep going to that? the next checkpoint, there you go.
Spo is playing Zenyatta still. We did talk about the nerfs to him a little bit earlier. Basically, he's got to have line of sight on his Discord or Harmony targets for at least 3 seconds, or the orbs will fall off and return back to him. But Spo is such a good Zenyatta player. He's not willing to give up his character just yet. We did see him play some Lucio earlier on, but they got rolled on those payload maps, so he's just falling back now, I believe, to old reliable Zen, and we'll see if he can make it work. They are in the last stretch now. It's basically just one little S-curve and then a straightaway to the end. Hollywood was actually changed from last phase as well, the spawns for the defenders have changed just a little bit. It's a longer run back than it used to be, so it's a little bit easier to attack than it in former months. But as Life of Hanzo just cruises through those curves, that's actually really bad for Prime, in my opinion. They gave them a lot of real estate for free there.
Tons of ultimates up, but for both sides right here. I wonder who's gonna make the move first. It is a monkey, 2 monkeys jumping straight in for the attacking team, switching on over to 2 Winstons, allowing, and that's great for the push, right? It allows you to flank from behind, allows the shield, allows some protection, and you just have to deal with that monkey. You know, his electricity gun doesn't do a crap ton of damage, but it does enough that you have to deal with it right away, and a huge, insane revive. Dehang revives 3 or 4 there, and that's going to finish off Hollywood in a really nice time. 5 minutes and I believe 48 seconds. And that's a great time to set here on Hollywood, but not unbeatable.
Yeah, it was a fairly average push, I'll say. Like nothing.
This is going to be the last revive, I swear to God.
Probably.
Yeah. Let's see, how many is it? Is it 5? Did he just revive? No, 4?
4 at least, yeah.
Yeah, 4 at least. Wow. Amazing.
Yeah, Dehang is becoming a master of mercy, and that's so interesting to me because Dehang obviously was a Quake player for many years and radically different play on mercy.
Support. Somebody has to play support. Doesn't matter how good your aim is.
Yeah, Dehang and id just click because they both know the power of rockets. So the Pharah and Mercy combo working out.